That has not changed.
It's still
it's wonderful.
There's some real truths in this book. There really are, that you were able to resurrect your youthful selves in here and remember how exciting it was for you. Like many bands that formed, there is, just because of the machinery of the music business, there is, obviously, you heard, well, these Beatles guys used to play in a basement club in Liverpool, and you hear, Styx used to play in a basement on the South Side. At any point, do you start to get that kind of, we might be able to make it? I mean, you say $15 is very exciting. You must say to yourselves, well, 20 would be more exciting, and 5,000 would be more exciting than that. Did that whole sort of, we could do this for a living, it had to some point get into your head, right?
It did, because there was nothing that ever held us back.
Right.
The doors kept opening up for us without us knocking. They just kept opening, phones kept ringing. People liked us. We were connecting. We were doing things that we really loved doing and loved sharing with people. We weren't playing at people. We were trying to give people a big hug and share our love of what we were doing with them. And the doors just kept on opening. We thought, well, why can't we keep doing this? I never thought that we couldn't.
Wow.
There were moments when people would say, why don't you stop and think about what you're doing? You really want to do this for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The answer, you're sitting here, the answer is yes.
Exactly. Yes, you got it. Yeah.
The answer is yes. Yeah. But as a career arc, by the time you came in 71, what were you thinking at that time about, should I go to college?
You go through different waves.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really do feel, am I ever going to make it? And then what is making it?
Exactly.
When we were playing Alpine, and the Eagles would be there, and there'd be thousands of people cheering, and we'd be their house band, and we'd play to like 5 people.
Yeah.
And then you'd take a break, and you'd hear thousands screaming for the Eagles. Then you'd have the bands come in to Alpine, and they were hungry just to play one-on-one to people.
Yeah.
They missed it. They missed that.
So that
intimate.
You sensed, and you guys had a long relationship with Alpine Valley, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
You sense that, okay, they may have more money, they may have stardom, they may have limousines, they may be driven around, but they used to do what you are doing, and they have lost that kind of loving feeling.
To look someone in the eye and sing right to them.
Yes.
You don't get that from the big stage.
They missed the dance floor. I talked, one night we were playing, and the Crosby, Stills, and Nash were out there, and Graham Nash came in after they were done, sat and listened to us for our whole set. When we got done, he came up and he walked up to me, and we started talking. And he says, do you know how lucky you are?
Oh, wow.
He said, you have not lost the magic. You've not lost the dream.
That'll keep you going.
And it was like, yeah.
That'll keep you going. Yeah. We got to take a break. I am keeping these nice folks all the way until 10 o'clock. I promise you I will play their number one Billboard chart topper that I'm sure you'll all remember. I like the song.
Me too.
I like the song. I don't remember it, but I like it. It is actually my new favorite song. I've listened to it 3 times today. We'll take a little commercial break, and then I'll toss it to news, and then we'll hear more from the members of Mourning Dayze. The book is called Mourning Dayze, Mourning with a U, and Dayze, D-A-Y-Z-E. We haven't even talked about how you got that name. A Wisconsin garage band rockin' since 1965, and obviously still ambulatory and thoughtful and nice, fun people. We'll be right back. Welcome back to After Hours. I'm still here with the members of Mourning Dayze. The band spelled its name Mourning, Mourning, Dayze, D-A-Y-Z-E. A Wisconsin garage band rockin' since the 60s. These are very, very nice folks. Rick Pfeiffer, his sister, is it Reese?
Risa.
Risa. That's an interesting name. Is that like a Wisconsin name?
Risa Stevens. She was in Going My Way with Bing Crosby. I was named after her. She was an opera singer.
Oh, how interesting. That's a cool name. And Doug Henry, who's been out of the band for a great long while. But Doug, you obviously, those formative years for you are something, because you're still great friends with these two.
Adopted brother.
Oh, it's more like family. And Rick's parents, they took me in several times. We write about it in the book. Barry Oakley from the Allman Brothers. He crashed on a motorcycle, and he filled in with us a few times before he joined the Allman Brothers. I crashed. A drummer crashed. Rick's parents, Betty and Ray, and that's why at the beginning we dedicate a lot to them.
You sure do. It's very moving.
We'd come home at 3, 4 in the morning. We'd have an entourage with us. We had behind the hearse and trailer, we'd have 3 or 4 other cars. And Rick and Risa's dad worked at the milk plant, and he went to work at 3 in the morning. We'd be all coming in, and his dad would be leaving for work, and the rest of the entourage said, "Oh, we can't go in there now. His dad's there." No, everybody come on in. Everybody just find a place to crash.
What a family. When you were telling a story earlier off air about you having long hair and the people at your school were telling you they needed you to cut your hair. Who defended you?
Wow. It was my mom. It was absolutely my mother that did, and my dad stood behind my mom.
Yeah,
they 100%. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and you guys are very, very, very lucky in that fashion. You have a very interesting section in the book about the places you played. It is, to me, it's really fascinating. There's a place in Clearwater, Florida. There's a place in the Clown Lounge. Also, these places have the greatest names. They have the greatest names. The Clown Lounge in Delavan. You played in Baraboo. Mike's Teen Bar and Fisher's Teen Bar were the place for teenagers. You played some colleges, Beloit College, the Rumpus Room in Belvedere. Yeah. Did you ever what about the Chicago area? Did you ever think to make kind of inroads into the Chicago rock and roll scene, or you were happy up there? And obviously there are more than enough places for you to play up here. You know, the Club 55 in Kakuana, the Fog Cutter in Kenosha, the famous VFW Hall in Johnson Creek. I love these names of these places. It's real Americana, too.
Yes.
But what about that whole, any ambition or any attempt to sort of, get down to this neck of the woods, or you were happy up there?
Well, it was so ironic because we recorded in Chicago.
Exactly.
Right down the street here on Michigan Avenue. Because, was it Dell's the producer caught us, Rick, and asked us to record?
Right.
And I think it was Ray Peck. And we came down, we recorded, we got on this Kitty Go-Go show and with our famous record that we lip sung. And then from there, it was Joel Sebastian and Dick Bianchi. They got us set up with CTA, and there is a mistake in the book, by the way. It says Malone Park. It's supposed to say Melrose Park.
Okay,
that we played with them in the afternoon. Yeah, it's okay.
Did you open for CTA before they became Chicago? Right.
Right. Yeah. And so we did that, and we thought this was great, but Wisconsin just kept pulling us, and then before you know it, we're in Clearwater, Florida, and Ogdensburg, New York, and then these guys took off in the 70s going west in Canada, and so,
Doug, why did you leave the group? You left and you continued, you taught for a while, and then you continued to make music, though, and you still are part of the Mourning Dayze family. Well, why'd you leave?
Yeah, I had draft papers, and then we had the big lottery draft, so I actually got out of that. Steve, our drummer, was the original guy. Rick and Steve Allman, Rick and I started the band. He did get drafted, and that's kind of a neat story too. And he eventually went in, and I had my teaching degree, and I had 2 very young kids at the time, and I had to make a decision.
Gotcha.
And the decision I made was to start teaching school and watch Rick hit the road.
Watch Rick hit the billboard. Top of the billboard chart. Reese, you met your road manager / husband while you were playing. Did he see you in a club? How did you get?
I was actually in Miami on vacation, and I got a call from our manager at that time, and he said, won't you come back to Wisconsin and play for an Elvis impersonator? And I go, I don't want to play for an Elvis impersonator. So then we were sent to Indianapolis to back up this Elvis impersonator. And in walked my husband, Jerry.
I thought you were going to say Jerry was the Elvis impersonator. That would have been a great story.
Shake it, big boy.
And Jerry walked in, and that's how you guys
It was
met?
love at first sight. It really
Well,
was.
it seems
It
like
really
you guys really...
Well, he crawled around the floor.
He crawled in.
He crawled in, and I didn't kick him.
How long have you been married?
39 years.
Wow.
Well,
And would Jerry follow you on the road? Did he become kind of the road?
Oh, yeah, he
chief
would. Yeah.
Roadie / well, he's obviously the chief groupie of the of the band. This band must have had in its many incarnations a lot of not just fans, but some fans who did move to the upper levels of groupiedom. Yes,
Of course.
yeah, of course,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Rick says proudly. Rick says
Yes.
proudly. We're going to take a little break, and I promise you, you're going to hear the hit song recorded just up the street on Michigan Avenue shortly after we return. Again, how can people get this book? I suppose you could just Google Mourning Dayze, MOURNINGDAYZ, because Googling the band is what started you on the process of writing the book, right, Rick?
That sure is.
You have a website?
Yeah, we have our website.
You do?
At mourningdayze.net. You can get it there, or you can get it on Amazon.
Now, do you sell the book when you perform?
Oh, and when we gig, sure, come see us play. We'll give you a deal.
And I
We'll
want
even
to
sign
talk
it for
after
you.
we play. It's been great to get to know you guys, and after we play the hit song, I want to talk about the DVD because that is a very interesting addition to the book. I think the book on its own is really a great read, and it discusses what keeps passion alive in the rock and roll world. I mean, you've been at it since 1965, and you obviously still love it. So we'll take a little break and come back, and I will play you that mystery song that I've been talking about for 45 minutes.